Okay, good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, sir.
So I just hope you have now understood the classical pathway, right? Any issues, anything? I think it's a very simple pathway. You just need to go back, read it, and try to draw it once. Okay. Once you will draw it by yourself, okay, it will be clear to you. Okay. So before we start with today's class, right? So I have a small quiz on uh, classical pathway. Okay, so we'll just do that, discuss the answers, and then start with the alternative pathway. Okay, so let me just assign it to the group. Okay, so I have assigned it. Uh, Maybe in a minute. Yes. I think it's visible at your end now.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So just do it fast. It's a very simple quiz, okay? And I'm sure after reading so much of the classical pathway, it would be clear to you, right? So students, just do it fast. So students, I can see some of the students have submitted their response. So others also do it fast, and students, those who have joined late, you also start with the assignment. So students, start submitting now. So just few more students left. So just submit fast, those who have not submitted. And in the meantime, those who have submitted, if they have any questions, they can discuss. Okay, so let's discuss the answers. Okay. So the first question was C1 protein is composed of, so I think you know it's a macromolecular complex, right? And it consists of one molecule of C1Q, okay, two molecules of R and two molecules of S. So the answer is C1Q, R2, S2. And two students have given the wrong answer. Okay, rest all of you have given the right answer. Question 2 was C1R activates. So the correct answer is C1S. Okay, so one student has given wrong answer. Question 3 was C1S activates. The correct answer is C4. Again, two students have, no, three students have given wrong answer. Okay, so C1S can act on two complement proteins, C4 and C2. Okay, but first it acts on C4, right? So the correct answer is C4. Uh, Three students have given wrong answer. Okay. Question 4 was C3 convertase is. So all of you know it's C4b 2a. One student has given the wrong answer. Question 5 was C5 convertase is. So again it's C4b 2a plus 3b, right? So C4b 2a 3b is the correct answer. And again, three of the students have given the wrong answer. Okay. And question 6 was identify the protein. Okay. I think I've just shown you a picture of only one complement protein, which is C1. Okay. But still, three students have given wrong answer. Okay. So the correct answer is C1. Okay. Okay. So now let's start with the next pathway, which is the alternative pathway. Okay, let me share the slides. Okay, students, so if you remember, we have uh, already seen this slide, okay, and we have now understood the classical pathway, right, which is mediated by an antibody. So it's the only pathway which is antibody mediated, okay. And again, we have seen that all the pathways they initiate uh, through different mechanism, okay, but then they come to a point and then ultimately there is formation of MAC, okay. But here what I am showing is that this complement activation can lead to a lot of different benefits. So again, we have already seen this. So lysis, okay, that is the most important thing, killing off the bacteria by lysis. Opsonization, okay. So, you know, C3b, which is the, no, C3a, the smaller component, okay, it diffuses away and binds to bacteria and then it helps in opsonization, right? So I will discuss this mechanism in detail later on, how these help in binding, okay? Then activation of inflammatory response and the clearance of immune complexes. So there are a lot of different functions of the complement system, okay? So apart from the classical pathway, so the first pathway which was discovered was the classical pathway. Okay. After the classical pathway, another pathway was discovered. Okay. And it was called as the alternative pathway. Okay. So if you just think at that time, you have one pathway. So we said, okay, so this is one pathway, but there is also an alternative pathway, right, which uses some of these proteins and it has some other proteins and it's an alternative pathway. Okay. And this is antibody independent. Okay. So it do not require antibody. Okay. So how it gets to know that this pathway has to be initiated. Okay. So alternative pathway begins when it identifies the surface of the pathogen. Okay. And it identifies that this surface is different from the normal or the cell surface. Okay. So at that point the alternative pathway gets initiated. Okay. So you can see alternative pathway is initiated by cell surface constituents that are foreign to the host. Okay. So obviously, when a bacteria enters our body, the cell surface constituents of bacteria would be foreign to the host, right? So when these complement proteins see that there is a cell surface which is different from the self cells, so in that case, the alternative pathway gets initiated. Okay. So, and again, as I said, it is antibody independent. So, it does not require antibody for its initiation. Okay, antibody is only required in the classical pathway. Savachar. Okay. Okay, so we already have seen the classical pathway. Uh, Now let's start with the alternative pathway. Okay. So alternative pathway, it's an antibody independent means to generate C5b. Okay. So as I said, what ultimately we are looking for, we are looking for the formation of C5b. Okay. And in this case, it is antibody independent. So it does not require antibody for its initiation. Okay. So since no antibody is required, alternative pathway is component of innate immune response. Okay. So what do you mean by innate immune response? Any idea? Have you heard this term, innate immunity?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what is there in innate?
Non-specific, sir.
Yes, so innate is non-specific. Okay, so whatever cell comes, okay, it's bacteria, virus, fungi, whatever. Okay, so it is non-specific. It will attack whatever cell is coming. Okay, it's not like the case in classical, okay, where only specific antibodies are involved. Okay, so they will target only the cells against which antibodies have been generated. Okay, so innate immunity is a general response. Okay, so it is non-specific. Okay, so let me just come back to the slides. Okay, so in this alternative pathway, the initial proteins like the C1, okay, and C1 it acts on C4 and C2. So these three proteins are not involved, okay. So they are not involved in alternative pathway, right? So you can understand classical pathway mein it started with C1 binding to antibody which activated C1R, which activated C1S, C1S acted on C4, and then it acted on C2, right? But all these proteins are not involved in alternative pathway, okay? Alternative pathway involves four serum proteins, which is your C3, okay? Another one is factor B, so it is called factor B. So it's not 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So it's factor B. Next one is factor D. Okay. And next protein is properdin. Okay. So students, for alternative pathway, you just need to remember these four proteins. Okay. C3, factor B, factor D, and properdin. Okay. And it is initiated by various cell surface constituents that are foreign to the host. Okay. So how this system will get to know? So it gets to know by the cell surface constituents. Okay. And when it recognizes that they are foreign to the host, then it can get initiated. Okay. Just for example, the gram positive and gram negative bacterial cell wall constituents, right? So obviously they are different from what the normal human cells have, right? Similarly, fungi, viruses, parasites, immune complexes, RBCs, polymers, right? So if they have different cell surface constituents, then it can lead to initiation of alternative pathway, right? We are also talking about red blood cells here. So students, if this is why we need to match the blood group, right? So if blood group does not match, then in that case, alternative pathway can lead to the lysis of RBCs, okay? And okay, so we will read about this when we will talk about the hypersensitivity reactions, okay? So in hypersensitivity reaction, what happens uh, if you give blood, okay, which does not match to the patient or the person, then in that case, the new blood which has entered the body, it will get lysed because of the alternative pathway, okay, and it will cause a lot of discomfort in the body. Okay, so we will discuss that in hypersensitivity, right? So, basically what I'm saying is that if the cell surface constituents are different from the host cell, right, then the alternative pathway gets initiated. Okay. So you can see initiators of the alternative pathway. Okay, so there can be a lot of pathogens, right? Like Gram's negative bacteria, okay? The lipopolysaccharide from Gram negative bacteria, Gram positive bacteria, okay? Teichoic acid from the Gram positive cell walls, okay? Fungal and yeast cell walls, right? Because the fungal and the yeast cell walls, their outer surface have a very different composition. Okay, so some viruses and viruses infected cells, tumor cells, parasites, right? So all these organisms have different cell surface constituents than the host, and therefore all these can activate the alternative pathway. Okay, and not only pathogens but a lot of other molecules can also lead to activation or initiation of the alternative pathway. Students, am I properly audible?
Yes,
Okay, because at
Yes,
my
sir.
end it is showing bad network quality. Okay, so if you feel any difficulty, just let me know, okay?
okay.
Yeah. So as I said, there are a lot of pathogens which can lead to initiation of the alternative pathway. Okay. Then there can be non-pathogens like uh, IgG, IgA complexes. Okay. Uh, Cobra venom factor. Okay. There can be erythrocytes from other host. Okay. So there can be a lot of different non-pathogens also which can lead to activation of the alternative pathway. Okay. Okay. Now let's understand this. So as I said, this pathway, it requires C3. Okay. Now in previous pathway, what was happening? There was formation of uh, C3b2A, okay, which was your C3 convertase, okay, and that convertase was helping in breakdown of C3, okay. But what happens in alternative pathway? Okay, so in alternative pathway, the C3 molecule, which is circulating in the blood, in the serum, okay, it is subjected to slow spontaneous hydrolysis and lead to formation of C3A and C3B, right? So in classical pathway, C3 was cleaved rapidly by the C3 convertase, but in alternative pathway, so under normal conditions, right? Just imagine in your body, there is C3 protein moving around, okay, and here it is subjected to slow spontaneous hydrolysis. So C3 molecule is being broken down into C3A and C3B, okay, at a very slow pace, so that our body has C3A and C3B roaming around, right? Now, this C3b, which is roaming around in our circulation, it binds to foreign surface antigens or even the host own cells. Okay, so you know this C3b, which is being produced by slow spontaneous hydrolysis, it is broken down into C3A and C3b. So this C3b, okay, it will bind to foreign surface antigen. Okay, so it will recognize foreign surface antigen, it will bind there, and it may also bind to host's own cell. Okay, now if it also binds to own cell, then there will be a problem. It will start killing the self cells, right? But as I said, it is regulated, right? Just because the C3b will bind to host cell does not mean that it will start killing the cells. Okay, there is a regulation. Let's see that. Now, most of membrane of most mammalian cells have high level of sialic acid. Okay, so the membrane of most mammalian cells, so the humans or the host, they will have high level of sialic acid which contribute to rapid inactivation of bound C3b. Okay, so the sialic acid which is present in high levels in humans or human cells, they will inactivate the bound C3b. Clear? This point clear?
Yes, sir.
ओके, बट मेनी फॉरेन एंटीजन सरफेस, तो अभी हमने पिछली स्लाइड में जो इतने सारे बात की थी बैक्टीरियल सेल्स और यीस्ट और फंजाई और वायरस, दे हैव लो लेवल ऑफ सियालिक एसिड. Okay, now C3b bound to these surface, it remains active for a longer time, right? So in mammalian cells, C3b will get inactivated. Okay, But on foreign antigen surface, because the level of sialic acid is low, it remains active for a longer time. So it's clear. That's why nothing will happen on the surface of host cell, but because C3b is remain active on the foreign cell surface, therefore the initiation of alternative pathway can take place on the foreign cell surface. So clear? Any question till this point?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now what happens? Now this C3b, which is present on the surface of foreign cell, it binds factor B. So what happens? This factor B, it goes and bind to C3b, right? Now again the same thing will happen. Factor B will be cleaved, okay? So binding to C3b exposes a site on factor B, right? That serves as the substrate for serum protein factor D. Okay, so now what will happen when C3b binds to factor B? So on factor B, there is some change, okay? So because of which factor D can come and bind to factor B. Okay, so see now what happens, this factor D, it goes and bind to factor B, and when factor D binds to factor B, it leads to breakdown of factor B. So what factor D does? Factor D, it cleaves C3b bound factor B, okay, releasing a small fragment BA. So it's the same thing which we have seen. So there is formation of BA, A is the smaller component, which diffuses away and generate C3b and the bigger fragment BB. Okay, clear? Okay, so let me just show this. Okay, so first thing is from C3 there is formation of C3A and C3B. Okay, so on C3B what binds? There is binding of factor B. Okay, now when factor B binds, then factor D also binds to it. Okay, this factor D acts on factor B and leads to its cleavage. Okay, so this is the smaller fragment, so this is BA. Okay, so now what is formed here? We have C3b and factor B, right, which is basically, so how will you write it? C3b and the bigger fragment of factor B is capital B, small b. Okay, clear? And this have the C3 convertase activity. Okay, so in alternative pathway, this is your C3 convertase. Okay, so this C3b complex has C3 convertase activity. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
मैंने ये बोला था कि 4 प्रोटीन्स का मेन रोल है. So we have seen C3b, C3B, and we have seen factor B, we have seen factor D. अब एक क्या बचा? Properdin. Okay, so let's see what Properdin does. So half life of 5 minutes. Okay, so जो हमने अभी देखा, जो C3B बना, okay, or the C3 convertase, the half life is for 5 minutes. Okay, unless the serum protein Properdin binds to it. Okay, so when Properdin, okay, let me add Properdin here. Okay, so we have this C3B, capital B. Okay, now when Properdin binds to it, it increases its half-life to 30 minutes. Okay, so the half-life of this complex is 5 minutes, but when Properdin binds to it, it stabilizes and extending half-life of convertase activity to 30 minutes. Okay, clear? So what is the role of Properdin? So what is the role of Properdin?
Increase the time.
Yes, so increase the half-life of convertase activity to 30 minutes. Okay, so students, you can see again, this is a kind of regulation. Okay, अगर 5 मिनट तक Properdin उस पे बाइंड कर गया तो पाथवे आगे चलेगा, नहीं तो वहीं खत्म हो जाएगा. ठीक है? Okay. So now you have this C3BBB, which is C3 convertase. Okay, so what this will do, it will act on C3. Okay, तो और भी तो C3 molecules घूम रहे हैं circulation में. Okay, so this complex will act on C3 to generate C3B. Okay, and now you have lot of C3B. So as a result, initial steps are repeated and amplified. As I said, at this point there is amplification, right? So a lot of C3B will generate, and there will be generating more than 2 into 10 raised to power 6 molecules of C3B, right? So you can see either it will stop if Properdin doesn't bind, but if Properdin binds, then there is amplification and a lot of C3B molecules will form. Okay, and you know C3B has very important role. The smaller component, it acts as a opsonin. So just imagine those smaller components moving around. Okay, they are going and binding to the bacterial surface. Okay, and because they have bound to the bacterial surface, it becomes easier for the phagocytes to go and capture the bacteria, right? Clear? And these molecules, the bigger one, the C3Bs, they, because they are heavier, and as I said, they will go and deposit on the antigen surface. So these C3B molecules will go and get deposited on the antigen surface in less than 5 minutes. So within 5 minutes, those heavier molecules will go and bind to the surface of the antigen, right? Okay, but now we also want C5 convertase. Okay, so students, now the C3B which is formed, it again this, as I said, C3 convertase activity of C3BB, it generates this complex which is now C3BBB, and because of this more C3 was broken down. Okay, so the bigger fragment, it again joins this complex. Okay, and forms C3B, capital BB and 3B. Okay, it's easy. Okay, and nothing to worry here. Now this complex, it has the C5 convertase activity. Clear? So now non-enzymatic C3B component binds C5 and BB component hydrolyzes bound C5B. Okay, so now this complex, so C5 will bind to this complex and this complex will break it down into C5b and C5a, and this is the point where we wanted to reach, right? So if you just see it again, okay, I think now let some student explain this. So students, would you like to try this on whiteboard? Anyone?
So actually, I was wondering if you could explain the last point again.
Okay, okay. I'll explain it on whiteboard now, okay? Okay, so the whiteboard is just loading, so okay, students. So let's start from here. So the first protein was your C3. Okay. Now there is slow spontaneous hydrolysis of C3. Okay. In our serum, there is slow spontaneous. You know why it is required? So that, see, if there is C3b, it will go and detect a foreign surface. Okay, and once it get to know that there is a foreign surface, then other things activate, and then a lot of C3 are formed, so that whatever pathogens have entered, every pathogen can be attacked. Okay, so there is slow spontaneous hydrolysis of C3 into C3A and C3B. Okay. Now, what happens when this is formed, right? So, next is your factor B. Okay. So, to this, factor B will come and bind. Okay, so now you have factor B. So what will happen to factor B? Nothing. Okay, but when factor B binds to C3b, it leads to binding of factor D. Okay, what this factor do? Factor D do? It leads to breakdown of factor B. Okay, so now you will have, okay, so now you have two components. So this is your uh, the bigger one,
B.
B. Okay. So now what is formed? It's your C3B and BB, right? Now this complex has what? It has C3 convertase activity. Okay. So now what happens? This complex, it binds to the surface. Okay. And next protein is your properdin. Okay. So now properdin will bind to it. Okay. So this is your properdin. Okay. And properdin increases the half-life of this complex from 5 minutes to almost 30 minutes. Okay. Now what happened? This is your C3 convertase. So what this will do? It will lead to breakdown of C3 into C3A and C3B. Okay, and at this step also there is amplification. So now what happens? Okay, you have this, it goes and bind to this complex, right? So now what is formed? You have, just see here, you have C, first put this C3B, the bigger fragment of factor B. Okay, and now what has added to this? This 3B. Okay, so now this complex is formed, and this complex has what? It has the C5 convertase activity. Okay, so obviously after this what will happen? This will act on C5 and lead to formation of C5A. This being the smaller component, it will diffuse away, and then you are having the C5B, and this is what we were looking for, right? Clear?
Yes.
Clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So I think this is even easier than what we saw in the classical pathway, right? Any question? Okay, so tomorrow I want two students. One student will discuss the initiation of alternative pathway, and the second student will talk about the formation of MAC from C5B. Okay, so who want to try tomorrow? So any two students? Okay, so one is Yukta, Tanvi. Okay, okay, uh, so you can decide which part you want to discuss.
Sir, I tried explaining this.
Huh?
Sir, this one that you said, the alternative pathway.
I didn't get what you're saying. Yukta, what you said? Okay, students, let's have the attendance also. We are just having few minutes. Okay, so we can discuss more tomorrow on alternative pathway. Okay. Okay. So Adish,
Present, sir.
Atoeba,
Present, sir.
Ayushi,
Present, sir.
Sam, Devanshi,
Present, sir.
Ishita,
Present, sir.
Janvi,
Present, sir.
Kshitij,
Present, sir.
Manaswini,
Present, sir.
Namrita,
Present, sir.
Nehal,
Present, sir.
okay, Rupal,
Present, sir.
Sahiba,
Present, sir.
Sanjana,
Present, sir.
Shakti,
Present,
okay,
present, sir.
okay, Shakti, just wait. Shivani,
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Tanvi,
Present.
Tridev,
Present, sir.
Vivek,
Present, sir.
Yukta,
Present, sir.
Yuvraj.
Present, sir.
Okay. So students, I'll just end the class now and we can have more discussion on alternative pathway tomorrow and then we'll also end the MBL pathway tomorrow. Okay. Okay students, so I'm ending the class now.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay students.